We are previewing the wild card round of the NFL playoffs. We are talking with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. This is SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. Green Bay and Washington, Joe Duffy, is what we're going to tackle right now. Now, if we're just looking at this from a purely ATS momentum perspective, Washington would be the side, right? Washington closed the year with 4 straight up wins, all as an underdog. So clearly they're playing well. Clearly they've been undervalued by the market and outperforming their expectations. The Packers, they still have Aaron Rodgers. They still have a defense that's playing well, but they're clearly not as explosive offensively as they have been in years past. Their defense is kind of keeping them afloat, though, and Aaron Rodgers in a big game, I think we can always expect him to step things up a bit. And, who knows, maybe they'll have a different offensive game plan for this one that'll be better than what we saw in the regular season. I did read some reports that Aaron Rodgers believes they should be taking more shots downfield, opening up the passing game. So maybe that will be effective for Green Bay, give them a win, and maybe give them a shot with the over. But as of right now, Washington's a 1-point favorite, and the total is 44.5, 45, or 45.5 market wide. Joe Duffy, an interesting game here. What do you have to say about it?
Well, when you talk about momentum, not so fast, because in reality, and I do know that, of course, the New York Giants were the poster child of the importance of momentum each time they won the Super Bowl, when they actually had to kind of sneak in the playoffs. But teams that enter the playoffs on a 2-game or more losing streak are actually 11-4 against the spread. It's even more rare than I would think, and 10-3 when their opponent's off of a win. And that would apply here, and that would, of course, favor the Packers. And we have another angle that essentially says go with the colder team based on the straight-up record over the last 6 games entering the playoffs. That is 65-37. I'm talking against the spread, and that does favor Green Bay. So look, and keep in mind, the Redskins, number one reason they're here because they were in the NFC least. The Packers had the second toughest strength of schedule according to the Massey ratings, which I like to use, and the Redskins the 23rd strongest strength of schedule. And, what you were talking about, look, Green Bay, they've got a quarterback who's been there and done this, while Washington has a quarterback who basically got this job only because RG3 lost the job. So the intangibles, I think, would point towards Green Bay, and the momentum isn't quite as important as many would think when it comes to the NFL playoffs. So I would say that Green Bay is the play here.
All right. Maybe momentum isn't as big as some people might think. How about one stat that everyone's citing, right? Aaron Rodgers' quarterback rating. Not good this year. 10 straight games with a quarterback rating of under 100. Is that as important as people might think?
It definitely is. But again, Aaron Rodgers has shown his ability to play under pressure. And to be honest with you, if Aaron Rodgers were playing against NFC East competition, he may not be having a quarterback rating so low. And, now he's going against NFC East competition. So, of course, that is a point of concern. But it's been more than taken into consideration with the line here.
All right. So you want to go official with Green Bay +1?
We will go official with the Green Bay Packers.
Okay, sounds good. I'll be very interested to see where this one closes and if any reports of sharp action come in over the course of the week. Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. Give a plug for your website.
I would agree. It's very interesting as far as this game, as far as non-weather, sharp moves, etc. But anyway, speaking of sharp moves, Joe Duffy's picks, we have a great weekend in store. College, remember there's a college championship game and the NFL. It's a super duper strong weekend. If you think I'm BSing you, wait till you read the analysis. It will leave you speechless. Joe Duffy's picks at OffshoreInsiders.com.
All right. I'm going to go read it right now, and I'll report back to you whether I'm actually literally speechless after reading it. Joe Duffy, thanks so much.
We don't want you to be speechless because you got to speak for your job. But thank you, Peter.
It happens sometimes to me.